Hi, I am Zero, and this is What If Naruto Was Banished, Part 7. And so, all the, Shinobi Alliance was ready to attack our, team of our people, the. I don't remember, but did I, kind of name them? I think so, I said them something like together or something. Yeah, they were, going towards the battlefield. Naruto and Sasuke, Hinata, and Rose are in the front line of the attack because they want to first use heavy, long range jutsus to decrease the pretty much thin down the numbers of the opponent, because right now there are not any reanimation there. There are only the cursed soldiers from you know Mist and Stone and several other small villages, and few Zetsus, very few, not too many. They're just there to make them look big, so Zetsus can distract while the main shinobi kills them. And so when they came to the view, Naruto and Sasuke, Hinata, Rose saw them and saw that the army behind them. They had near about 1,000 shinobi with them. Uh, because this time they are not attacking from different sides. They are attacking at a single place. It's all out war at a single place, the same battlefield where they fought Madara and the Ten Tails appear, that one. And so they are the Tobi is not there yet, and so Naruto will start to weave some hand signs. So did Sasuke. They weave hand signs for few seconds and then both of them stop. Then Naruto says fireball. Sasuke says fireball. But this fireball was different. It was almost completely blue. They will fire this fireball into the sky, and the fireball will hit the sky and create thunder clouds, pretty big one, because the two very hot fireballs were hit there, because the fireball was almost completely blue. And so that would happen. And so Naruto would weave several hand signs, because they have Jinchuriki of the two tails there as well, Jinchuriki of the eight tails. Naruto hasn't met them yet. They are keeping their Jinchurikis much further away, at the same island where Naruto was. And so there is no Jinchuriki on the battlefield except for Naruto, because Naruto is the strongest and they can't do anything if they can't capture the lowest one. Right now on the battlefield there is one-tailed Shikaku, because Gaara is there. Gaara never got his Biju extracted. Obito, Killer Bee, and I think so four tails Jinchuriki, Yan or something. That's there as well, because he kind of knew what they were planning, taking the Biju, so they kind of left their villages because they didn't want it to die, because they know the main goal of the Akatsuki is to get the Bijus, even if that's a war. But they are using members of Akatsuki as well. Only one member, but they are. And he's pretty keen on getting the tailed beast. And so, unknown to Naruto or anyone else, while Naruto and other shinobis are fighting, that army, Tobi and reanimation of Madara. Yes, Madara's reincarnation was awoken first, because Tobi needs his help to get the other Bijus. And so and several other the fourth Raikage, no, the third Raikage, the third Raikage's reanimation, and several other Kage's reanimations are with them, because they told Kabuto, because Kabuto was kind of pretty keen on helping Madara Uchiha. And so they are on the Turtle Island fighting, the two tails and eight tails and the four tails. They will easily fight it, and they will able to extract the beaches, because Tobi does not have a Rinnegan, but Madara still does his Rinnegan that he has. And so he used that, and several of the other Kages helped to pretty much take down those Bijus. Gaara was still on the headquarters, sitting there waiting for his team to go, because the army has been divided into two different teams. One team will go for frontal assault, then well, after some time, the front team 1, the front team will come back, and then team 2, the Gaara's team, will go for frontal assault. That way they can keep the shinobis from not getting too tired. And so then the clouds came. Sasuke uses a much bigger version of the Kirin and fires it at the shinobis. He doesn't aim at any not in center or anywhere. He just fires it. Four dragons, four lightning dragons. When just they hit somewhere, they hit. It kind of took down almost 23% of their forces. No, I would say 23%. And then Naruto would wave some hand signs and say, Royal Majestic Destroyer Flames, and he will use the same jutsu that Madara did, because Naruto jumped forward and got close to them, because they were pretty distracted and disorientated by the Kirin attack. And then Hinata would say, large air palm. She will cast as big of a air palm as she can, extending the flames even further, because his flames were as hot as Madara's were. Then those other other alliance shinobi will cast water style. They will be kind of shocked, like, whoa, this guy's fire style is quite huge. They will pretty much be able to stop it, but that's what Naruto wanted. It kind of provided cover for them and his team. Then Naruto went back. Naruto looked at Sasuke, both of them nod. Then he looked at Rose, she nod. He looked at Hinata, she nod. All of them start weaving hand signs pretty fast. And so Naruto, jumps up and uses, Phoenix Flower Jutsu. Sasuke uses Phoenix Flower Jutsu. Hinata uses air wind bullets to, hit those Phoenix Flowers to make them more powerful. Rose, on the other hand, uses wood style to pretty much make sure that the shinobis who are there do not run. She can't create that big of wood style, but she did create enough wood style to grab everyone, pretty much half of their forces' feet, to make sure they don't move at all, because a second or 2 seconds of delay was all the needed to the Phoenix Flower Ball to hit. And they were pretty much, Naruto cast about 170 and Sasuke cast about 150. So you can see there are over 200 Phoenix Flower coming towards them, and all of them are enhanced with Hinata's wind bullet. So they hits them. It creates a large amount of explosions all over the place. And so while that's going on, unknowing to even Naruto himself, all the tail beasts that were on the Turtle Island has been captured, because Madara and the other shinobis make sure that the information can't get to the HQ. And then they, Madara pretty much genjutsus the tail beast, and he says, Obito, we are ready. And then Obito uses, his Kamui to go as close to HQ as he can. But before that, Black Zetsu will make sure that they cannot connect the other, army, the army number 1. The army that Naruto and Sasuke brought with them are shocked, like, they are so shocked at their power. They're saying, why did they even brought us? And then, few shinobi start to get past their assault. They will come towards, the main force. Very few of them, 1 or 2, the main force will kill them. They realize that they are the heavy assault team, and our job is to uh, kill anyone that comes, get past them. They're pretty much using long range jutsus to kill them. The Phoenix Fire attack pretty much cut the jutsus, for 40% of the uh, forces were cut in half after the Phoenix Flower attack, because several of them were survived because they are pretty strong, they use Earth Wall or something. So 40% more of the, force was destroyed. So now there are pretty less amount of, left, because first 27% of or 24% of the forces were destroyed in their first assault. In their second, they destroyed 40% of them. So yes, 70% of the forces are completely wiped out. And so Naruto, Rose, Sasuke and Hinata stopped their assault because, they need to conserve their chakra. Their job is to merely thin down as much they can before they can completely go out of the chakra. Then they will stop, Naruto would wave his hand to, signal the forces to now it's their time to attack. The 1,000 shinobis will run past, the 5 of them, and they will go to attack. Because the ninjas that are left there are pretty much disoriented. Some of them are injured, some of them are completely disoriented, can't focus right. So it was quite easy. Naruto lost about 5% of his forces in the battle, and their force was completely exterminated. At the same time, Madara pretty much was going Shinobi Alliance on the 1,000 Shinobi that were there with Gaara on the HQ. So he pretty much beats down them, and then he grabs Gaara by using a purple chain and pulls Gaara towards him and extracts the QB. Oh no, extracts the one-tailed Shikaku, but he only extracted half of it, and then Raikage came and punched Madara, completely making him flew away, because Madara was mainly concentrating on getting the Shikaku out, because Madara was alone getting it out. So yeah, he only took 50% of it. And so that happens. Madara pretty much now then Madara uses his Rinnegan to show them that he has all the other Bijus. He just need the 9 tails now. And so Naruto was no, what was his name again? Yeah, Madara vs 5 Kage does not start because there are not 5 Kage there anymore. Madara just left with Obito coming there using Kamui to leave, because they need to get the damn the 9 tails, and Naruto still has half of the 9 tails. He does not have full 9 tails. But unknowing to them, Orochimaru was also in the HQ, and Orochimaru just used the Imperial Reincarnation Jutsu to bring the 4 Kage back, and he told them that Madara was there. I was busy bringing you guys back, but he took the half of the 1 tails that we can gather and took them. Hashirama would nod. Then all of them would run towards Naruto and his team, where Madara Uchiha appears. And so and then yellow flash happens, and yellow flash is there, Tobirama is there, Hashirama is there, Tsunade is there, Raikage is there, and so is Orochimaru, because Orochimaru himself is a Kage level fighter. And then Jiraiya comes with the perfect sage mode, and Naruto says, "Why are you here?" They will tell Naruto that what happened. Naruto will say, "Damn it!" And then Naruto will tap one of his storage seats and take out a sword, and then the portal would appear, and here it comes. Madara Uchiha, Obito Uchiha, aka Tobi. They don't know it's Obito. And behind Madara, there are pretty much all the tailed beast that they have, Rinnegan in their eyes because they are being controlled by it. Now say Rinnegan wielder. Uh, Kurama would say they are being controlled by the Rinnegan. Naruto would nod. Then Minato would ask, so Naruto, how far can you use the flying thunder god? You haven't learned flying Raijin yet, I assume. Naruto say, oh, I can only use flying thunder god to go to point A to point B. I don't use it to fight. The second Hokage and the fourth Hokage would nod because they're kind of shocked, like, why won't he use that technique to fight? It's pretty awesome. And so then the coffins would come from ground once again, in which there are several of the previous Kage, like the fourth, the third Raikage, and several other Kage level fighters. And then the what was his name again? Onoki and Mei would come as well. Mei is kind of shocked, like, why do you have the tailed beast? Because Mei and what was his name? Yeah, Onoki didn't knew about the tailed beast part. That they wanted the tailed beast. They thought that Obito pretty much joined them because he wanted to kill Naruto. Obito will laugh at them and tell them the truth, that how pretty much I was mainly only planning on getting the tailed beast, but thanks to you, you made a great distraction for me. And several of the Zetsus are already dead, thanks to Kirin pretty much killed 25% of human forces and killed mainly Zetsus, because Zetsus are not pretty much the strongest thing, and pretty much Hashirama used his wood style to take out several other Zetsus as well, because this time the where Zetsus are inside of the Kages, that never happened because they didn't have a proper 5 Kage summit. And so Nanda pretty much get pissed, and then Madara will look at Naruto and he will be shocked, like, you have my eyes. Naruto will be like, what? Then Madara will tell Naruto and everyone who was there that how I got the Rinnegan. I took pretty much Hashirama cells. Then he will show Hashirama's face on it. Hashirama will be kind of shocked, like, wow, this is gonna be hard to deal with, because Hashirama is still not at his full strength. And this kind of shocked Onoki tried to use particle style on them, but it didn't work. And so Naruto looked at Onoki and Mei and he says, so do you want to call it truth for now, because pretty sure what they are doing pretty much gonna mess everyone up. Onoki and Mei would think and they will nod. And so after that, the shinobi that are with Mei and Onoki will come. They're pretty much the granddaughter of Onoki and several the main shinobi. They will come. And so Naruto would say, let's create a alliance to fight them, because they pretty much have high level shinobis. And so Naruto will look at Hashirama and say, can you take care of your so-called rival? Hashirama will say, of course I can. Then Hashirama and Madara will go to a different battlefield to fight, and he will pretty much tell Tobirama and Minato, who's a dad and second, and then he will tap his back and 2 scrolls would come and he will give them the scrolls. Naruto would say, I'm pretty sure one of the scrolls have your ceiling tag kunais and one of them have your ceiling tag kunais, but I have no idea which scroll which is. You just go and see it and starts taking care of the Zetsus that are now coming up. Both of them would nod and they will leave, and he will look at the third. You just do what you do. Will say, oh come on, I might be old but I can still take care of it, especially now I'm in in reanimation. And so pretty much the third uses shadow clones to create 5 shadow clones to fire elemental attacks at the people, and especially the reanimations. He looks at Raikage. Naruto Raikage said, "Fourth Raikage, you take care of your father, I assume." Like, yeah, I guess so. And so the fourth will start to fight the third Raikage. Tsunade will go there and beat the Genjutsu one who can use Genjutsu with the help of Rose, because Rose has Sharingan and Rose kind of caught him off guard, and Rose is a seal master as well. Not as good as Naruto, but she knows seals, so he will be sealed. Then Gaara would come. Gaara would pretty much grab the third Raikage who was about to use his one finger attack and threw him away from the Raikage. Well, that happens. Naruto creates a clone. The clone run towards the Raikage. Raikage is like, do one finger attack of his lightning armor towards Naruto. Naruto still dodge and does the same thing, hitting Raikage with a miniature Rasengan. And pretty much making sure that Raikage doesn't, stand up, because when Raikage gets hit, Naruto waves some hand signs and says seal and seals Raikage there as well. So this goes for about half an hour. Several of the shinobis that came with Naruto, 50% of them are completely dead because the battle was too great, because they have literal tailed beasts that are firing Bijudamas at them. Very small ones, but they are firing Bijudamas at them. And Obito is there pretty much. Obito is pretty hard to deal with. Kakashi and Guy are taking care of Obito. But it's not faring well. Then Kakashi would realize that his eyes are connected. And then Naruto would come behind Obito and slashes towards Obito with his sword. The sword would take a pretty deep cut in Obito, but it will heal thanks to Hashirama cells. Naruto would say, interesting. Naruto would say, put his hand together and say, enhance Shadow Clone Jutsu. He will create about 5 Shadow Clones that will go around the battlefield helping people, especially Kages who are fighting other Kages, to make it much more easier. Then that will happen. And when we go to the other side, Hashirama has been beaten, unknowing to any of them. Because Hashirama did go to, his Sage mode using his word style, but power of the Rinnegan and almighty push was too great for him. He pretty much, Hashirama got off guarded because Hashirama is still not at its full power. Got pinned by, chakra receivers, and Madara took his, chakra from him. Then Naruto is pretty much, just standing there while his clones are doing other work. Then Rose would come behind, Naruto, as he was saying, it's time to go KCM, and then suddenly he feels something cold behind him. Rose stabbed Naruto. Naruto would look back, and he will, as soon as he gets stabbed, he was in KCM, so he realized that's not Rose. But at the same time, Hinata and Rose were looking at him like, what? Hinata looked at Rose like, I'm me. Then Naruto would put his hand through the Rose that was behind him. It would be a Zetsu, a white Zetsu, to be perhaps. Rose would be quite shocked, like, how? What? And that distraction was enough for Madara to pretty much, no, scratch that. That distraction was enough for Obito to use Kamui to, first, damn it, I completely forgot to do that part. Let's go back. Well, Obito and Kakashi are fighting. While they are fighting, Obito realized that Kakashi is being a pain with his eye. And so Obito got pissed. He ran towards what the hell was that? Whatever. I just heard a weird noise, so kind of just go checking it out. Oh well, whatever. And so Obito will wait for his chance when Kakashi chidoried him. Except for just standing there and saying something, Obito will rip Kakashi's eye out. The one has Kamui, and Kamui Kakashi out of it. Kakashi would come and fall down, grabbing his eye, that which has Sharingan. Now it's not. Obito will put that eye in his eye, making him 2 Sharingans. Then Obito will come out and he will see Naruto getting stabbed by Rose. Then the Rose will be turned out to be Zetsu, and and Obito will take that opportunity to come in front of Naruto. Naruto was not in Sage mode yet, and so Obito pretty much jumped and grabbed Naruto's both of Rinnegan and ripped them out. But it wasn't a single side thing. Naruto also went up and grabbed Obito's both of his eyes and ripped them out. So Obito took his eyes, Naruto took Obito's eyes. You get the gist. And that happens at the same time. Madara came. Madara pretty much used the purple sword and Gaara statue to absorb all other bijus that were outside. 1 to 8 tails. They absorb it into the Gaara statue, and then they start absorbing the 9 tails. While that's happening, Naruto as fast as Naruto can, because he's in quite a lot of pain. Naruto puts both of Obito's eyes in his eyes and waiting for them to heal. While he's waiting, he goes into the Sage mode because he doesn't want it to happen. Him getting off guard again. He goes to Sage mode, and Rosa and Hinata are already in the Sage mode. They were fighting in Sage mode itself, but Naruto was not. He didn't thought it will be necessary because he underestimated his opponent. He got a little bit cocky. Now he doesn't have Rinnegan anymore. But now he has, Obito's both of his eyes that has Kamui. And so, while Naruto is waiting for them to heal, the Gaara statue has absorbed, all 8 tailed Biju, and then the Gaara statue starts to absorb the 9 tails. Naruto tries to, resist by using his Uzumaki chains that everyone is shocked like Naruto has Uzumaki chains, but he can't. Then the 4th Hokage, Minato, had to come and help Naruto, but Obito uses almighty push upon him. The 4th gets flying, then the 2nd come to help Naruto, but Obito did the same thing. Obito has 1 Rinnegan in his eye, and at the same time, as soon as Naruto gets split from the 9 tails, and now he's not a Jinchuriki anymore because the 9 tails got ripped out of him. Black Zetsu came upon Obito and forced Obito to use the Rinnegan rebirth. Obito will. He didn't want it to, but he didn't have a choice in the matter. He pretty much resurrects Madara, and so Madara pretty much uses body flicker to come close to Obito and rip the Rinnegan that Obito has and take the Rinnegan that Obito was grabbing for him. He put both of his eyes into his eyes and waited for it to heal. He already had Sage mode, but thanks to him being reanimated, the Sage mode disappears from him. So he went his body flicker to go to Hashirama to absorb more Sage energy. So while Madara was doing that, Naruto fell down. He was completely unconscious, dying because he doesn't have the tailed beast anymore. But at the same time, for some insane reason, Sasuke, who was fighting some killing some under high level shinobi, let's just say those 2 brothers that have 9 tails chakra, that Sasuke got unconscious as well. He fell down. Thankfully, Shikamaru was nearby. He used shadow possession to pretty much maneuver Sasuke out of there. He's shocked like he's out. Naruto is out because Naruto is much more stronger now. Now he has Kamui, but he's out cold. So Hinata and Rose rush towards Naruto. While they are doing that, Naruto wakes up in a white place where he meets the Sage of the 6 Paths. Sage of the 6 Paths pretty much tell Naruto about the history of pretty much the history of his sons, himself, his mother, and whatnot and whatnot. It says don't let Kaguya be awoken. Naruto would simply nod. And so Hagurama will split his chakra once again, but this time thanks to Naruto pretty much having Rinnegan, in which has Indra's chakra for a pretty long time. Naruto also had Indra's chakra, but Sasuke did still work on the same Rinnegan, Rinnegan with 6 Tomoe. But Naruto's eyes that were once of Obito's now, Obito's eyes now in Naruto's eyes that have Kamui in them, they changed into Rinnegan, but not in a three Tomoe, not the six Tomoe Rinnegan, but they changed into three Tomoe Rinnegan. And so Naruto wakes up while Rose and Hinata just got close to Naruto now, because they were pretty far away, because they had to take care of the several people that were meddling with them. Since all the soldiers are pretty much Jonin level and Chunin level, it's a little bit hard to take care of them that easily. And so they pretty much go towards Naruto. Naruto wakes up. Hinata and Rose are kind of relieved that thank God he's fine. Then Naruto opens his eyes and he has the Rinnegan. Then his father came towards him like, how? Naruto would say, I need the other part of the nine tails. Minato would nod and Minato will give Naruto the other part of, the nine tails. So now Naruto has the full nine tails, not the half nine tails that Minato has. I am going insane. Damn it. And so Naruto stands up, he looks at, Madara, who just got there by absorbing a little bit more, say chakra that Hashirama has. He has very little amount of left, so yeah. And so he pretty much creates the 10 tails and absorbs him. He doesn't try to, play with the 10 tails. He just absorbs it, uses the coffin seal and becomes the 10 tails Jinchuriki. When that happens, before Naruto can even move, Zetsu pretty much, shoves his hand through Madara's chest, and Madara is shocked, and then the black, bubble thing rabbit thing, and then Kaguya is awakened. Because this time I've changed a little, because I don't want the Infinite Tsukuyomi to be cast at all. So yeah, I skipped that part, and so I'll say it's simply make Kaguya appear once again. But Kaguya is much more weaker because there was no Infinite Tsukuyomi, so she didn't have all of her chakra that was pretty much given to the entire world itself. She has less chakra now. She has the same amount of chakra that the 10 tail has, and so she can feel that she is weak. She instantaneously looked towards Naruto because Naruto has the most chakra. She wants to eat him, make him into a chakra fruit. Before she can go towards Naruto, Sasuke comes behind her with a Chidori, trying to kill her. She dodges, but because she used her Byakugan, she saw Naruto was coming towards her, and Naruto was much more faster than Sasuke, and he punches Kaguya. Kaguya just puts her pretty much her, what was it called? She just changes dimension, and Naruto and Sasuke are gone. Rose and Hinata are left there. Because in this one, Sakura doesn't have to come forward. She's still being a medic ninja. And so Sakura and then Hinata looks towards the damage that happened, the being that there was, because Kaguya was quite strong. It kind of made the entire every single shinobi to fall to their knees as soon as she came, including Hinata and Rose. Only Naruto and Sasuke were able to stand up because Hagoromo's powers. And so I know I'm going pretty fast. I didn't attempt to end this series like this, but I kind of was working on actual long ending, but I kind of by mistake deleted it. I was planning to upload it at night tomorrow. I mistakenly deleted the both videos like a bloody idiot I am. So I'm just rushing through it now because I'm too lazy to make those two videos 40 minutes long again. So I'm just rush through it and make it the final part of the What If Naruto Was Banished. So yeah, sorry guys if you were waiting for the two huge parts. I will do a remastered once I hit 1,000 subs, so yeah, and I will make it even better than this one. And so Naruto pretty much and Sasuke pretty much gets teleported to the ice place, and Naruto pretty much does much better, so does Sasuke. They pretty much damage Kaguya much more, Because Naruto's punches are much more heavy, and Naruto has released his 100 healing as soon as he, got teleported. Not fully, but half release. In which the marking only comes across your face, not your entire body. Naruto doesn't do the entire body one because his own regeneration and regeneration with the QB is enough for it. He just uses to, make sure he doesn't run out of chakra at all. So he's punching Kaguya. Kaguya dodges, but or teleports away. Naruto's punch clashes with the mountain. It pretty much shatters it into pieces. They pretty much fight for 20 minutes while everyone outside of the dimension is shocked, like what's going on, what happened, who was that, and all five Kage are talking. They pretty much resolve the action of why the two Mist and Rock attacked them. They pretty much resolved that while Naruto and Sasuke were busy saving their asses. So yeah, that part got revolved, and now they're waiting for both of them because they know whatever the thing or was strong enough to kill every single one of them, because they could not even stand up in its presence. They don't know who she is, so yeah, they're calling it, but because it does not look like a human at all. And so Raikage just says, that battle is completely out of our league. And so while Naruto and Sasuke are fighting, they take the injured ones to the hospital. Sakura was there. Sakura asks in Hinata what happened. Rose tells Sakura that what happened. They both of them pretty much got teleported with some other person who was much more stronger than I have ever felt. I never felt a presence like that. And I'm gonna tell you something. Naruto is not as strong as Kaguya, but thanks to him training like that and having more chakra and having Rinnegan, he can match Kaguya. He's not a Hagoromo. He doesn't have both side of chakra. He only have a little bit of Ashra side and a lot of Indra side, because he is still the reincarnation of Indra. Am I going completely upside down? Maybe I am. Damn it, I'm an idiot. If I am mixing Ashra or Indra, you get the gist of it. He has less chakra of the Sharingan than, because he is the body itself. So yeah, pretty much they win. Pretty much Naruto punches Kaguya, just still does reverse harem jutsu, reverse sexy jutsu, and punches Kaguya. But this time his punch is a Tsunade level, much more higher than even Tsunade herself, because KCM on top of that. Yeah, it hurts like hell. He pretty much throw Kaguya pretty far away. Naruto and Sasuke teleported to her, because Naruto can teleport now as well, so can Sasuke. They touched her and put her in the bowl, and then they released all the Biju. Sage the sixth path came, and yada yada yada. And then they appear in the middle of the battlefield with Naruto, Sasuke, and all the Bijus. So that's how they save the world. Naruto and Rose and Hinata get married. Hinata still has Boruto. Rose has a son. Naruto calls him Minato to honor his father's name. Both of them kind of happen in the same week. So both of them are kind of like raised as brothers. I won't be going into Boruto. I lost kind of interest in this one, because I pretty much did so much time, so much planning to make those two videos, and I by mistake deleted them, and I can't even recover them. I tried doing it. I was pretty much trying to recover them from 2 hours, but it didn't work. So yeah, I'm sorry for making this video very terrible, but I kind of wanted to still end the video, end everything. So yeah. And so Kaguya still gets beat. Naruto is much more stronger, because now he is a much better version of Kamui, because every time she tried to throw her ash killing bone, the bones just went straight through it. And Sasuke realized that Naruto has much better version of Kamui now. His time limit is 10 minutes. his dimension is much more bigger than uh, Obito's dimension. Obito doesn't get Toku no Jutsu because he was dead. He died much early, and so yeah, pretty much that happens. Then Baruto grows up. Naruto is not named the Hokage because Naruto doesn't live there. He still lives at the Uzumaki village, but his relations with his village are much more better what they were. Konohamaru was named the seventh Hokage except for Naruto, because after Tsunade still Kakashi gets named, then Konohamaru gets named. He pretty much lives on his own home, a mansion. They still have the five alliance that they have naturally. No one talks about the two villages trying to destroy other. Several small villages that participated in the war does not exist anymore because they pretty much put all their faith into them, but they lost. Several of their forces were almost exterminated. So yeah, that happens. Baruto is much more powerful than what he would be because he has the full capability of a full Uzumaki. So does his brother, his elder brother, to be exact, because Minato, his son, was born a week early. So yeah, that's his big brother. Both of them trained pretty hard. They still go to Konoha to get to become ninjas because they have much better relationships. Sasuke marries what her name is, the Uzumaki clans, Kirin and Hinata and Sakura, because Naruto told add the main bloodline as well, because Uzumaki have much higher chakra reserves and greater healing capability, as I said before. So that happens. Sakura pretty much has a younger brother because it was gap of a month or two, let's just say, and every other ship still is the same except for Killer Bee is dead. So there's that. So Cloud has a new Jinchuriki now. What else? Nothing else changed because I won't be going into the Boruto series. Sorry guys, I haven't watched Boruto yet. I did watch it about 10 to 20 episodes. After that I haven't. Oh yeah, the moon one in which Hinata gets kidnapped. This time Hinata does not get kidnapped because but Hinabi's eyes are still stolen and Moon was still going. So everything goes the same except for Naruto pretty much almost kills what Tonari with that punch because his punches are more powerful now. Yeah, he almost killed him. But this time he also saw Hamura, the Sage of Six Paths brother, because Rinnegan. Sasuke was in the village. Sasuke never went that rogue to be outside the village. So there's that. Baruto and Sarada gets together because I assume that's the exact ship they are going for. And since Baruto is much more stronger and this time he's not a cheater or wasting his potential, because they have a huge library to learn from, and he kind of wants to be like his father because his father is considered the strongest shinobi in the world as the God Eater, because Baruto and his brother Minato knows about the stories of, they've heard about several villages call them, and a scroll of myth about God Eater, that's their father. So there's that. And Naruto still has Himawari, but Himawari also has a younger brother this time as well, that's from Rose. So both of them gave birth to two children, so now Naruto has four children to make Uzumaki clan even stronger. Naruto is not affiliated with any village. He mainly hangs around Konoha because that's what his friends are. Naruto has kind of gotten back to his usual self, not goofy but happy type of person. Yeah, there's that. I'm really sorry, guys, about this one. Pretty sure some of you are disappointed in me because I even said that the two videos will be so hyped, and the thing I was about to do with Kaguya, it all got blown to bits. Huh? Maybe it wasn't just in my luck to get the two videos out. Well, whatever. I'm just gonna post this and work on the God of War one, and make sure that never happens to the God of War one. What happened to this one? I will make a remastered version, as I said. So yeah, I'm really sorry about this, guys.